Lucy and Mark had just arrived at a quiet coastal town, feeling at peace. They were enjoying a peaceful walk along the beach, taking in the beautiful sunset. The sound of the waves and the gentle breeze added to the serenity of the scene. However, Lucy couldn't shake an odd feeling. Despite the beauty of the place, something inside her felt off.
As they walked further along the beach, Lucy's discomfort grew. "Is something wrong?" Mark asked, noticing her unease. "No, everything's fine," Lucy responded, though she was unsure. Just as they were about to turn back, a strange sound came from the ocean. Amid the crashing of the waves, a faint whispering could be heard, something almost otherworldly.
Lucy stopped in her tracks. "Did you hear that?" she asked. Mark paused, scanning the horizon. "It's just wind," he replied, but a hint of doubt crept into his voice. Suddenly, they both noticed movement in the water. A shadow, dark and ominous, began to rise from the waves, slowly taking shape. It wasn't a fish. It was something far more sinister. The figure emerging from the water resembled a human, but with pale, lifeless skin and hollow eyes. It stood motionless for a moment, staring directly at Lucy and Mark. Then, without warning, it began to move toward them with unnatural speed. Fear gripped them both as Lucy let out a gasp. "Run!" Mark shouted, grabbing her hand as they fled down the beach. They ran as fast as they could, their feet slipping in the sand, but the creature seemed to be gaining on them. Its speed was terrifying, as though it wasn't bound by the natural laws of the world. Panic surged through them. They reached the edge of the town, darting into narrow streets, hoping to lose the creature. But the sound of its pursuit never faded. As they ran deeper into the streets, the street lights above flickered, casting eerie shadows. Lucy glanced back, her heart pounding in her chest. The creature was still there, its hollow eyes locked on them, moving closer with every step. "This can't be real," Mark shouted, trying to keep Lucy moving forward. But no matter how fast they ran, the creature seemed to appear everywhere they turned. Turning another corner, they found themselves at the entrance of an old, crumbling house. Desperation filled their minds as they looked for a way out. Suddenly, the door creaked open. An old man stood in the doorway, his eyes sharp but weary. "Get inside now," he barked without hesitation. Lucy and Mark rushed inside. The door slammed shut behind them. Panting and terrified, they tried to gather their thoughts as the old man peered out of the window. "It's so you," he said in a low, grave voice. "That thing, it's a curse. For years, the sea has sent its shadows to haunt this town. Every year, it takes someone." Lucy trembled, her voice barely audible, as she asked, "Why? What is it?" The old man's face darkened. "It's a soul trapped in the sea, searching for another to join it. Tonight you were lucky, tomorrow you might not be.